Hi there, gorgeous! Hope you're having a fabulous day so far. In today's video, I'm testing out 2 new products that have been released from Revolution Beauty. I had a few of you tagging me about these on Instagram, so thank you so much for bringing them to my attention. The first is a liquid powder. Looks very interesting. This is a mattifying powder that goes on as a liquid. You are supposed to apply it before your complexion products, and it's supposed to keep everything matte. So we're going to test that out in its full entirety. And the next one is the Illuminate and Glow Illuminating Skin Perfector. And this is basically a highlighter that you can apply in mixture either with your complexion products or separately. It's up to you. So as of right now, I have El Nada on my face. So I'm going to apply moisturizer using the e.l.f. Daily Hydrating one. Blend that in. Put my hair up. I know, doesn't it just annoy you when your hair is down and you're trying to apply your makeup? It don't work. Ah, much better. I can see myself. We'll start with the liquid powder. This is my first time opening this stuff. I haven't tested it to see the consistency. It comes with a little dropper there and looks like that up close. And that is what it looks like. It's very liquidy. See, it's going everywhere. All right, gotta move fast. We'll go ahead and apply it on the face. I'm going to focus it on the areas where I usually get the most oily. So right down the T-zone for me. Didn't really say how to apply it, so I'm going to tap it in, thinking that's the best way to do it, maybe. This is very similar to that same technique that I tried out many videos ago where I did the powder before the foundation application, and it held up extremely well throughout the day. I think that's where this idea came from, and a lot of people told me that that came from Jackie Anna. I think that's how you say her last name. Jackie Anna? I don't know. Excuse me if I'm pronouncing her name wrong. Jordan Liberty was another one whose name I heard mentioned associated with that tip, but whomever it came from, I think that's where the idea for this product came from. So we'll see if that works. The foundation that I'm going to apply over the top of it is the e.l.f. Flawless Satin Foundation. This is one of those foundations that I like to use for testing now when it comes to products like this because it either wears really well on me or it doesn't. And the powder does have a big factor as to how it will wear on my skin. Now, looking at my skin up close, it said it was supposed to help blur pores. I'm not really seeing that. And hopefully you can see my skin. Usually if I move around a lot, the camera gets blurry and you can't see it up close. So I'm going to sit really still here up close and see if you can see the pores on my face. I don't think that it blurred them, do you? Like, I can still see them. I'm seeing a little bit of something over here on this side, but over here I can still see my pores pretty visibly. So I don't feel like it blurred my pores. I do feel like it mattified the skin pretty well though. I mean, my skin is velvet matte. It feels velvet. It doesn't feel dried out. It feels like bunny ears. It's the best way I know how to describe it. Very soft. Incredibly soft. It doesn't feel like I have anything on my face either. You know what too, before I get too far into blending here, I do want to apply a little bit of that liquid powder underneath my eyes because I haven't applied my concealer yet, and I do want to see if that will help my concealer last longer too. While I'm letting that dry, I'll go back to blending the rest of the foundation here around the face. All right, so after the initial application with the foundation, it's still dewy on my skin. It did not give me a fully matte appearance. And you can see the shine on my skin afterwards. I'm going to go ahead and apply a concealer. I'm going to use one that I do not like. Unfortunately, it's another one from e.l.f. This is the Flawless Brightening Concealer. I've tried it before in a video previously. Did not like it. It does not hold up well throughout the day. But that's why I'm testing it, because I want to see how this powder, this liquid powder, will hold up underneath this concealer. There is a benefit to hanging on to products that don't work, products that aren't so great. Okay, and now after applying the concealer, same thing as the foundation, it's still a little dewy under my eyes, which this is totally outside of my wheelhouse here. It's so weird not applying powder. But what I am going to do is apply a little bit of contour. I'm using the Milani Silky Matte Bronzing Powder. This is a very cool tone shade, which is why I love to use it as contour. So I'll apply a little bit down the sides. And next I'm applying that highlighter, or I should say the Illuminating Skin Perfector. This is what it says on the back, just so you get an idea of how to apply this product. It says you can smooth it over the skin for a natural glow from within appearance. So you really don't need to apply this with foundation, concealer. It can be worn all by itself. And you can also apply it underneath foundation or mix it into foundation. In this instance, obviously I've already applied the foundation, so I'm going to apply it over the top. I will be trying it later on, and I'll add in some clips at the end of trying it mixed in with the foundation and then applying it underneath the foundation so you can see what that looks like, because I'm sure the results will vary. Now when I'm pumping the product out, that is up close, the consistency of it. So it's very mousse-like. And the shade that I'm using, by the way, is Champagne, because I feel like that shade is the most flattering for my unique complexion. So what I'll do is I'll rub this into my fingers and tap it along the cheek. Ooh, that's pretty. I'll try to blend it in with my finger too. That is really pretty. Look at that. Oh, that's gorgeous. I'm going to bring it up into the outer area of the eye also. Wow. Love that. And that is so natural looking. I'm hoping this will come across on camera how it looks in person. It looks very, like I didn't apply anything at all. It just looks like that's my skin with nothing added. I can see where this would be really pretty all by itself on a day when you're going to the beach. Hey, warm weather is coming. Trust me, for those of you up in colder climates right now, warm weather is coming. It's on the way. Honestly, this is what my skin looks like after I've worn a bad powder. For my oily girls, no. My oily friends, no. That's just oily girl. That's what we look like. But purposefully applied, this is really beautiful on the skin and it looks incredibly natural. Well, now that the foundation has had time to sit and settle on my skin, it does look a lot more mattified. It definitely feels matte to the touch than it did when I first applied it. I think you just have to let it mix in with that liquid powder underneath to really get the full feel of it, but it looks really, really nice. So far so good. We'll wear it throughout the day and I'll come back and show you what it looks like at the end. On the day that I tested both those products out, I wore them for a total of either 8 or 9 hours. I can't remember which, but it was somewhere within that window. Before I show you what my face looked like at the end of the day, I will just tell you that I am a little torn on the liquid powder, and I'll explain why here. When I show you the end of the day results, you will notice that on this area of my face specifically, it was very shiny. There was a lot of shine breakthrough, a lot of oil breakthrough. So in that instance, it did not hold up well with the foundation that I had tested it with. However, this is why I'm torn. With the concealer that I tested it with, you know how I applied that liquid powder underneath my eyes before I applied the concealer? The concealer looked gorgeous, and that's not a good concealer on me. That one performs horribly. It's usually one that creases and falls apart and looks like a complete mess at the end of the day. But I'm going to show you up close so you can see my face. This is what everything looked like after 8 and 9 hours. And you can see that shine breakthrough on the face. But when you do a close-up underneath my eyes, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. My under eye area looked great. And that concealer was beautiful. My gosh, I really don't like this concealer. I'm just going to tell you right now, I despise this concealer, but wow. Wow. If I had not tested the concealer that day, I think I would have a much different opinion of the liquid powder. But based on my experience with the concealer, I really like this, and it will be one that I'll try with different foundations. It may just be that it just did not go well with the e.l.f. foundation. That's a very real possibility for me personally. So in the future, I would not pair these up together, but I do want to experiment with it with other foundations that I have. As far as the Illuminating Skin Perfector, this stuff is beautiful, both by itself. over the top of foundation like I showed you previously, but I also went back and applied it today underneath the foundation, and hopefully you can see it on my skin right here. I have it right up here underneath my foundation, and you can see it's very hang on a second. What's that word? Let's just go with radiant. That's a word that I know. Radiant. You can see how radiant the skin looks where I applied it underneath the foundation here today. And it's not as, me and the words, we're just not getting along this morning. It's not as pronounced, there we go, as when I had applied it over the top of the foundation, like I had shown in the example previously. And on this side today, I mixed it with the foundation. So instead of applying it over the top or underneath, I just mixed it in and then applied it all over the face here. And you can see some slight glow on the skin. It's not bright, it's not overpowering, it's very subtle on the skin, and I think it's really beautiful like that too. If I were going to use this product in the future, I more than likely will. I really personally like it underneath the foundation. All 3 ways that I tried it, that would probably be my most favorite because I feel like it looks the most natural when applied like that. Overall, though, I was pretty happy with both these products. I feel like the Skin Perfector was the star for me. If you've been looking for a product like this, you would love it. The liquid powder is one that some people may not like it and some people may like it. I could see that being one of those. But let me know your thoughts on these products, or if you've had the opportunity to try them. Would love to hear your experience with them below. And if you're interested in getting them for yourself and trying them out, I'll have them linked for you below in the description box. Thanks for being here, for taking the time to watch. I hope you have a beautifully blessed weekend ahead and look forward to seeing you again next week.